How's it going, everybody? I'm Brian for Pop Culture Crossing, and today we are talking about The Count of Monte Cristo. Kevin Reynolds' The Count of Monte Cristo is a 2002 adaptation of Alexander Dumas' 1844 novel of the same name. The film features impressive performances throughout the entire cast and has a great complex story that will hold the audience's attention. Overall, the movie is very cohesive and strong in presentation. Its strengths are many and its weaknesses few. The plot focuses on Edmond Dantes, a French sailor who is betrayed by his affluent friend Fernand Mondego. As a result, he is sent to Chateau d'If, an island prison, where he is to fulfill his sentence and effectively be forgotten by the civilized world. Adding to the duplicity is the fact that Mondego weds Dantes' fiancée, Mercedes Iguanada, shortly after the betrayal and imprisonment. 13 years later, Dantes is able to escape and finds hidden treasure. This newly acquired wealth then plays a pivotal role in his plan to seek vengeance. The Count of Monte Cristo has good pacing. The story develops well and is nicely handled. While in prison, characters do mention how many years have passed, which adds nice framing and context in terms of time for the viewers. And the scenes surrounding the betrayal and prison are pretty depressing, but you should take solace in the fact that that is not the entire movie and that there are better parts ahead and in store for you. Once Dantes meets Abbe Faria, a prisoner who becomes his mentor and teacher, the story really becomes quite riveting to watch. Tonally, key themes include revenge, envy, betrayal, corruption, and redemption. The details surrounding Dantes' betrayal and captivity and Mondego's treachery are oppressive and abhorrent and will likely pain viewers. Fortunately, this is balanced as the film develops into an entertaining and rewarding cinematic experience. Another crucial motif is mentioned in the movie itself, and in one of his lessons, Faria cites the physics principle of every action having a reaction, and from that point on, viewers can see that play out in the movie of everything that is to come, as well as everything that Dantes has experienced up to that point. And this leitmotif really ties into the intentionality of the story in that minor, innocuous-seeming events are actually important and will have future resolution and impact. Fans of classic Disney films will likely really enjoy this movie. The Count of Monte Cristo really looks and feels like a PG-13 rated Disney film. In fact, this is because it is a Disney movie in that it was distributed by Buena Vista Pictures. Similarities to the Disney formula are evidenced by characters thinking that they are going to live happily ever after, only to have everything torn from them, and the Princess and Prince Charming parallels are also very distinct. Some of the story beats and characters are expressly reminiscent of Beauty and the Beast, and the characters' innocence, actions, reactions, and music all play into this Disney style. This is a commendation, especially since 2002 was a time in which blockbuster-level live-action adaptations and films were not as popular as they are today. But I should note that the following year, in 2003, was the release of the first Pirates of the Caribbean film, which also was a PG-13 Disney film, so I want to make a note there. Additionally, the Chateau d'If warden says that he understands that Dantes says that he is innocent because his is a prison where the state sends people of whom they are ashamed. However, given the government's corruption, is the state truly ashamed of these individuals, or are they more ashamed of its actions and corruption, in that if they let these individuals go, they run the risk of the public knowing of their backward, amoral behavior? So this isn't really addressed as the movie progresses, but the fact that the warden mentions that really is an interesting notion and will get viewers thinking about that. Superb acting is on display in The Count of Monte Cristo. The arc of Jim Caviezel's Edmond Dantes is quite remarkable. His initial wide-eyed demeanor is vastly different from the mature, tactful character he becomes in the latter portions of the film, and given Caviezel's strong performance, joining Dantes on his journey is a great treat for audiences. Guy Pearce expertly conveys Ferdinand Mondego's envy. His elitist attitude and social ranking-centered mindset really feel his animus toward Dantes. The way in which Pearce illustrates Mondego's tyrannical antagonism is impressive, and his performance, as well as the counterbalance created by Caviezel, will remain on viewers' minds well after you watch this movie. Pearce's Mondego is complemented by James Frain's J.F. Villefort, the corrupt government official who decided to imprison Dantes after learning of his innocence. Though the two do not always see eye to eye, Mondego and Villefort really heighten the film's tension and antagonism. Dagmar Dominchik's Mercedes Iguanada is well acted. Viewers can see how Mercedes has actually been imprisoned by her marriage to Mondego. Dominchik and Caviezel have strong on-screen chemistry that will definitely have audiences rooting for them to rid themselves of Mondego and live the life of which they were robbed. Richard Harris's Abe Faria, Luis Guzman's Jacopo, and J.B. Blanc's Luigi Vampa are very effective supporting characters. All three are great to watch and add positivity and support throughout Dantes' ordeal. Faria is the type of teacher everyone wants and should have. Similarly, Jacopo and Vampa display great friendship and loyalty to Dantes. Though they do not have a lot of screen time, these three make strong impressions. The film's cinematography and production design are strong. High-angle shots, particularly in the latter parts, really are expertly used to accentuate the characters' wealth as they capture high, ornate ceilings, which reflect the opulence of the individual and their land. And some green and violet hues are used in interesting ways, though some of the time it seems a bit out of place. But that's a pretty minor critique nevertheless. Being a period film, the set design and wardrobe are marvelous. They both capture the style and architecture of the time, and seeing Dantes' clothing change from prison rags to luxury textiles is pretty striking. Kevin Reynolds does an incredible job in his direction. The way in which he is able to convey the story in such a compelling way and without being a 3-hour-long movie because the source material is long is notable. The effectual performances he draws from the entire cast and his management of the aesthetic of mid-19th century France and Mediterranean speaks to his strong directing acumen. Surprisingly, the movie did not receive any awards or nominations. Looking back, it seems as though it would have actually been a formidable contender had it been nominated. Nevertheless, Reynolds' final product is a film that should not be missed. In the end, The Count of Monte Cristo is a gripping revenge tale. The clear-cut character development and impressive acting, direction, and presentation results in a very tight movie. And it really does not have any serious critiques either. Whether you're looking for a revenge movie, or if you're a fan of the classic Disney formula and style, or if you simply want to be captivated by a strong and distinguished piece of cinema, The Count of Monte Cristo is an excellent choice for you and your screening, and I don't think you will be disappointed. So that's my review of The Count of Monte Cristo. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below and on our social media channels. As always, there's a full detailed written review at popculturecrossing.com. In the meantime, why don't you let me know what your favorite revenge movie is? I look forward to see what you have to say there, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.